Welcome to the show, everyone. I like to talk about everybody else on my show, and that's exactly what we do here. We are live on Facebook, so I do want to say hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. I know you got some, right now, some people that are watching on Facebook with my first guest, who is Chad Anderson. He's a sales manager of Ringo Canyon Granite. You have to tell everybody a little bit about yourself, what you all do, okay? And listen up, everyone, because this is also pretty cool.
Hi, Carol. Thank you again for having me on.
Go ahead.
Thank you again for having me on, and thank you for the introduction. So, I'm with Ringo Canyon Granite. Ringo Canyon Granite is a supplier of commercial landscape products. So generally, we market to general contractors and different people working on different public works projects and stuff like that that require our products. So, we're proud members of the Oro Valley, Coolidge, Casa Grande Chamber of Commerce, ADOT approved, State of Arizona Quarry, and that's kind of just a brief introduction about me.
So. Well, I want to talk a little bit about Ringo Canyon. First, I got to tell everybody why you called it Ringo Canyon. Ringo, why did you call it Ringo?
So Ringo, most people believe we named it after the famous drummer Ringo Starr, but it's actually Johnny Ringo, which is a famous gunslinger. And it's actually pretty funny because our rock is shot, so we blow it up. So I kind of like to make a joke that everyone knows Ringo's a good shot.
And I got to tell you something, everybody knows Ringo, and just a great name just because they know the drummer as well, right?
Right, yes.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about who you service, because one of the things that you also pride yourself on is your service, and we're going to talk about that, but we want to really let them understand who you work with.
Yeah, so I mean, I would be lying to you if I told you we're marketing to residential people. Typically, we're looking for general contractors, people who are working on, like I said, public works projects, people who are doing roadside construction, and I mean, there's a lot of different, the list goes on and on of the different types of construction that use our products. So.
And you're really super excited because right now, first of all, you want everybody to know that if you are a contractor, you got to call them because you can't beat their prices.
That's right.
And we want to talk about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I just wanted to, anyone who gets us a new account and sends us a purchase order for any contracted work, we'd be happy to give you a free load of track out rock for any new project and any new purchase agreement.
So not only can they not beat the prices that they have, that if you work with them, and you got to tell them what a free load track out, it's a free load of track out rock.
Yeah.
So tell them what that's for, because not everybody who's listening knows what that is.
Yeah, and that's a great question. So track out rock, it's kind of a term that's used in the industry. It's something that on most construction projects, they have it out in front of the entrance and the exits of the project, and what that does is it keeps from site contamination of dirt and mud out onto the road. And then
so you see, that's so nice that they do that, right? Because they want to keep things clean, right?
Imagine it like if you go up to a carpet and you wipe your feet off on the carpet to get the mud off before you go into your house. That's basically what a track out is.
So if you work with them and they're looking to talk to you contractors out there, maybe you know somebody, maybe you want to tell them about, maybe you own a company, right? You might even, it doesn't matter how big or how small, right?
That's right, yeah.
So you can also check them out. They're very, very excited about their website, which is RingoCanyonGranite.com. Also on Facebook, you want to go to Ringo Canyon Granite. And the reason why, too, I asked you the last time you were on my show what your favorite part of your job is, and what did you say?
Blowing up the rock.
Blowing up the rock. Okay, and so on Facebook, you have now videos of you blowing up the rock.
Yeah, I just put on last night, just so I could give your listeners something to go on if they were curious to know what that looked like. We have a really neat video that I just put on there last night that documents one of the blasts that we did, and it shoots it from several different angles, and it also gets an aerial shot of it, and then it shows it to you in slow-mo. So I mean,
oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, you'll
in
have to check it out. It's pretty cool.
I will. I definitely will
cool
after the show because I'm busy right now. But I do want to say again, it's on Facebook, right? And
Yes.
it's Ringo Canyon Granite. You can just check it out right there.
Yep.
I want to also, you didn't put it on your website?
We will.
Okay,
We
but you
will.
got to go to Facebook for that.
Yeah.
And that is so cool because his favorite part of the job is, of course, blowing up
The rock.
the rock.
Yep.
Now, I want to talk also about the colors. You brought your rocks the last time. You gave them to me as a gift.
Right.
And I have been holding on to them ever since you came on. I told you, my favorite gift I got.
Well, we appreciate
since
that.
I've been doing this, right? And tell them a little bit about your rocks, the sizes, what, the color. We all know it's one color, but we're going to tell everybody about that. Go ahead.
Well, if you think it looks really nice in this display box, you should see what it looks like installed in landscape.
So talk about that.
So this color is really nice, natural color. There's no staining or dyeing or anything to achieve this natural look. So a lot of our competition likes to dye the rock, and then after a few years, the sun will beat down on it, and then the rain will come and it'll wash it away, and then the color of your rock will change, and nobody wants that. And not to mention, you don't know what kind of chemicals are being washed out of the rock and introduced into the local soil. So not only is that a benefit of our rock, but it also blends really well with a lot of the local landscapes. It looks really great on roadside construction and just along any sidewalks and stuff like that. It just blends really great.
Now you can check them out. They have their brand new website. They're so excited about it. It's Ringo Canyon. Bring it closer, not further. Ringo Canyon Granite.com. Facebook them so you can see their video of their blast of the rocks, and it's in slow-mo, and that's really fun. They're going to love that. And so you can see them at Facebook. It's Ringo Canyon Granite. They're all about service. They are family-owned. You're licensed and insured. You do free estimates for people?
That's absolutely, yeah.
Okay, and your phone number for them to call is 520-820-4323. They have the best prices in town, far best prices. Also, if you work with them, what they're going to do is they're going to give you a free load of track out rock, which is for every job that you do with them, and that means that you need to keep it clean, folks, so they like to have you have that as well, correct?
That's right.
So, okay, what would you want to say, again, the most important thing in my opinion, obviously right now, is obviously what you offer, but who you work with. Go ahead and tell them again.
Yeah, so like I said, we offer very competitive prices, and the quality, we don't compromise at all on the quality for what you're getting for that price, which is really nice. And that's something that a lot of the people that we work with, that's one of the things that keeps them coming back. It was just the amount of quality that they get for the price, and just nobody can come close to it.
How do they get the when you're going to do like a free estimate? What do? They just give you a call, and how does that work?
Yeah, a lot of times they may need help on calculating the quantity, so they might need to know, they'll tell me, I have this many square feet and I want it this thick. Can you give me an estimate on how much it would be? And then I'll basically just do a quick little math equation and say it'll be about so many cubic yards, which is so many tons of our material, and this is what the price would be for you.
Check them out on their brand new website. They're really excited about it. It's RingoCanyonGranite.com. Also Facebook, got to go out and check that out because the video of their blasting is right there in slow-mo. It's really cool. They're very happy about it. It's Ringo Canyon Granite. You can call them direct. Their phone number is 520-820-4323. They do free estimates. They're licensed and insured. They're all about service, and their prices are the best. We're going to keep on going here. We're going to keep on talking on here. They're going to turn that off, but we're going to, I think, I don't know yet, maybe not, but we're going to keep on going because we are live on Facebook right now.
Okay.
So when somebody does a job with you, does it matter how small or large their job is?
No, so one of the things that I mentioned, and when I said that we're marketing mainly towards commercial customers, a big reason for that is most of the residential customers only need like 5 tons. And so when we haul a load of material, most of the time a full end dump is going to come to our quarry, and they can haul 24 tons.
Wow.
So we have ran into residential customers that say, hey, we have some land, or we have some guy that has made a landing strip out of our minus material. So we've delivered the minus material, he spreads it out, and then he compacts it. And he got about a few hundred tons, and he made like a landing pad out of it.
But there are people that own businesses that have, areas that they need to, something might have happened.
Yeah, so
and they
most
want
of
to
the
fix
time,
it,
yeah, most of the time,
or have it fixed. Let's say it that way.
yeah, most of the time they'll hire a contractor,
Right.
like a landscape contractor. So those are typically the people we like to market to, because
Right.
that's where we get most of the business. So.
Right, of course.
It's kind of a niche market where there's landowners looking for really specific needs.
Now, you
to
didn't tell
develop
them what
their
colors your rocks come in.
land. Our rocks come in canyon coral. So this is the color. I don't know if you
Want
can
to put
see
it up
from
there?
the
You
camera.
can. I'll do it
I
for
have
you.
pictures of it.
There you go.
Pictures of it on our website that probably come through a little more clear than they do through the camera in this display box. And like I said before, if you think it looks good in the display box, we have some great examples of it on Facebook installed in some natural landscapes.
So I also want to ask you, you have different sizes here, right? We usually see, like maybe this size, right?
Yeah.
Or this size maybe, right?
Yep.
What are the smaller ones for? Used for like for I don't know. I'm saying it's gravel. So what?
Well, have you ever heard of what ABC is?
No.
Aggregate base course?
No.
So ABC is basically just a mix of everything from here down.
Oh, really? They mix it all in.
Yeah, and so it basically makes really nice structural low PI dirt, and then a lot of times for building foundations, they'll use that beneath the
So they
building
usually
foundations.
get all from here down, and then now anybody that works with you gets that.
Yeah,
as
so
the
like from
special.
here down is one product, here screened alone is another product, so it's basically just there's a lot of different options to, on what you want to do with the product.
We're going to talk about delivering, how you deliver, okay?
Okay. Do you want me to talk about the delivery, or?
Yeah, you have to, because I don't know. Here
All
we
right.
go. Ready?
Back on the
Put
radio.
that mic right in front of you, though. Right in the break. Right. There you go. So welcome back, everyone. We're talking about granite, but we're talking about different kind of granite than most people think, right?
That's right, yeah.
Right now. And, here's the thing. This show is a platform for people to get the word out about what they do. And you never know who's listening, right? And
That's right.
we have a lot of people that listen that are contractors that might just be listening right now, or you might be hiring one, right?
That's right.
And certainly if you have the lowest price that they're getting it from, that means that you're probably going to get the better price. Is that correct?
That's right, yeah.
Okay. Now, one of the things that I asked you during the break was, because we were talking to Facebook land out there, and was your delivery and how you deliver.
Sure. So one of the biggest things that affects the price of the material is the delivery fee. So when I said that we have the best prices, I meant it, but depending on how far the material is hauled, the further it goes out, the more expensive it is to haul it. So generally speaking, and typically with more material, we'll come down on the price a little bit just to
Right. If you
generate
do
the
more, they can
contract.
play with you a little bit.
That's right.
I got it.
So basically, you let me know where it is, and then I can give you either a delivered price or an FOB price, which means you send the truck, we load the truck, which is also an option, and then or I can give you both. So basically, a lot of contractors like both prices. They want to see what I would charge for delivery. They want to see what I would charge if they send the truck, and then they want to see basically what we would charge for everything delivered and stuff like that. So.
Now, you do free estimates for people. They call you up, they tell you what their job is, and you can kind of help them out with that.
That's right.
You are licensed and insured. They're all about service and their quality. And what he said when he came on the show, he said, Carol, what I want to talk about the most is also that we have the best prices in town. And obviously, if you have to travel far, that's going to cost more money. But we want to keep it as close as possible,
Yep.
keep it down. Now, if you work with them, they also give you what they're calling the free load of track out rock, which is cool that you keep things clean for every job when you work with them.
Yep.
You can check them out on their website, which is ringocanyongranite.com. Also, I want to talk about your video and your Facebook page and the video that you just put about, because not a lot of, I want to hear you tell them what it is. The video that you just put up there, that's in slow-mo.
Yes, so we put a video on Facebook in slow motion that basically just documents the blast that we did from several different angles, one aerial and then a few close, like on the ground close by, and then just basically what it would look like from different angles, and then also in slow motion, which is pretty cool.
So when you like to see things that are blown up, right? This is something that you're going to want to check out. It's very cool.
It's very cool.
Now, that would be on Facebook, and that's at Ringo Canyon Granite. You can also call them. Their phone number is 520-820-4323. And, if you're obviously, you want to do a job, if you're a contractor, maybe you know somebody, maybe you're hiring one right now to do some work for you. I mentioned, we have talked a little bit about your rocks that you had brought into me. That it's interesting because you have from big to little, right?
That's right.
And I had asked you originally, what do they use the little ones for, and what did you say in your box here of rocks? You said that they blend them all?
Oh, yes. Okay, so basically, and it's not them blending them all. It would basically just be, so it starts out all mixed together before we screen it.
Okay.
And so if we were going to take the product what you were talking about, which was ABC, aggregate base course, we would take, basically run it through a 3/4 inch screen, and then everything that went through the 3/4 inch screen would be the ABC.
So the people that are doing the jobs, like let's say, give them an idea of what kind of jobs that you kind of help people with. What kind of jobs are they doing?
I mean, anytime, like, we do a lot of ball fields, we supply a lot of material for ball fields. They like this really smaller stuff for infield mix. We supply a lot of just commercial flood control projects that use a lot of the bigger rock to stabilize soil. Roadside construction jobs we've done where we supply some of the screened rock that you see kind of on the side of the highway, or on the side in the median that nobody really thinks about. That's kind of my job to think about.
But here's the thing, though. I want to ask you this question. Why is the selection of landscape material so important?
Because one of the things I briefly touched on before with some of our competition, which I won't name directly, using some of the chemicals or just inadequate test results, or, I mean, there's a lot of different reasons. So you don't want to introduce these foreign chemicals into native landscapes. That's one thing. And then also just having something that you know is going to stand up to the elements and not going to change color over the years, which is something where rock that's painted or stained over the years will change colors.
Do the contractors ever come to you and ask for help on that, or can you help them with that?
Oh, yeah,
or do
absolutely.
they already know? Is it somebody that's already made that decision for them? How does that work?
Okay, so some jobs, that's actually an excellent question. Some jobs basically specify...
I come up with them, I'm telling you. Go ahead.
Certain jobs specify certain materials, and that's not really an end game for us, because we can approach the owner or the contractor and give them samples of our material if we deem it to be comparable, and then they can submit it for approval, which that's actually how we've gotten a lot of our work, is submitting our material, getting it approved, and then in a lot of cases they end up liking it more than what was specified in the plans. So,
well, if you're a contractor, you need this kind of stuff, they're the people to call.
That's right.
Their phone number, 520-820-4323. When you work, the areas that you like to work in are what? So keeping it obviously close. Tell me what areas they are.
I mean, we like to work anywhere, and we've supplied material all the way down to Green Valley, over towards Benson. I mean, really, really far out of where you would expect.
Right.
So typically, it really depends. So a lot of the bigger rocks, since they cost more, it makes sense for us to ship them a little bit more because we have a little bit more wiggle room with the price. But a lot of these smaller materials, like all of these mixed together, that's a really cheap product. So it doesn't really make any sense for us to send that all the way to Tucson, for example.
Exactly.
So that would only make sense for someone who's looking for that close by. Now on the riprap, on the other hand, that's another story. We can send that to Tucson all the time because it's it costs more, and so people will justify spending more to have it hauled in.
So are there any, like quality or compliance issues that you kind of make sure that you adhere to?
Yeah, so we'll regularly do testing for hardness, density, specific gravity, gradation, which a gradation is basically just what rocks are in what different sizes. So you can tell when rock's well graded that it's all pretty uniform, as opposed to just being a mix of all the different, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
dirt on the ground is a
Like
mix.
what I said you don't do.
Right.
Go ahead.
So basically, the gradation test kind of tests how well the material's graded. So it's not just a visual test. It's a sheet of paper. You can say this so many percent falls through this range and this range and this range and so forth.
You would never know that there's so much that goes into a piece of rock. I mean, really, it's
No.
scientific, actually.
Oh, of course.
Right?
Yep.
And why do you? Okay, and so thus blowing them up makes you that you love that part of it. And when you blow them up, it just depends. It's going to be different every single time, right? Every time you do it, or they pretty much all this, or when you want a certain size, they come out that size. How does it work?
So basically, after they blow it up, it's just a mix of all the different sizes,
And then you have
from
to
there,
sort 'em out?
From there, we sort them out with our screening equipment. And
That's got to be a hard job.
one thing you said about it being scientific, I kind of want to briefly touch on that. It is
Okay.
very scientific because for all those tests that I briefly mentioned, they have to be sent to a lab, and then the lab has to do the testing on it. And then since it's a certified lab, the tests that they produce, there's a little bit of weight behind them because it's coming from a certified lab, and so basically there can't really be much dispute on the results.
When you look at the landscape that's being done, it's really, you got to kiss it. I mean, it's beautiful stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And there's a lot that has gone into it that I bet you nowhere but here on Networking Arizona can you hear about how it comes about. It's so super cool.
No, so much goes into it.
Absolutely. Do you have you also, do you have more information like on your website about all this kind of stuff?
Oh,
Have
absolutely.
you put that there?
Yep.
And so, because the new website, which you're so excited about, is ringocanyongranite.com.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
And for when they go up there, can they see all the different, you have pictures up there, things like that? What do you have on there? 'Cause it's brand new, folks.
We have pictures of our product. We have stuff explaining who we are as a company and what we do. We have different ways to get a hold of me, so there's a basically contact us link, and they can submit a request form that comes directly to my email. It provides my email directly to them, and it provides my phone number directly to them, like you've so kindly done for me today.
I was just going to do that in a second here. So you can either go up on the website and get the information, or you can also get it from me. Their phone number to call, it's 520-820-5323. You've been doing this since 2014.
That's right.
And this is a family-owned business. They're all about service and all about quality. And for the quality you get, this, they say their prices you just can't beat. Also, if you work with them, please tell anybody that is a contractor, tell them to call them, because number one, you can't beat the price. And number two, if you work with them, you get a free load of track out rock if you work for your job that you're working on. They're going to offer that to you. Again, that number to call them, it's 520-820-4323. What are your final words real quick? What would you want to say to everybody out there? About service. Tell them about that.
Our service is the best, and our prices can't be beat.
The number to call them, it's 520-820-4323. Check them out on Facebook and see their granite explode in slow-mo. It's Ringo Canyon Granite. Check it out. It's really cool.